Hello friends, welcome you all to another video, and today we are going to learn how to form a question, how to make a question. So why do we ask questions? We ask questions to get information, to get to know something, or to confirm something. Therefore, it is essential to ask them correctly. So let's review question information. Questions begin with a word or a question word. So if we were to organize question words, we can say questions beginning with words in the chart which you can see on your screen. WH words and how and helping verbs. These are the two question words. So we can use these words to ask questions. WH words and how means what, when, where, who, whom, whose, which, why and how. These are the WH or question words. Now the helping verbs also used as a question word is, am, are, was, were, do, did, does, have, has, had. And again there are some models also which we can use to ask questions. They are can, could, may, shall, should, will, would. So there are two types of questions. One is the open-ended questions and the second one is the closed-ended questions. So open-ended questions are questions that begin with WH words and how are called open-ended questions. These questions are asked to get detailed or lengthy responses. For example, why do you fly? How will you cook rice? How can you shout? So notice that the responses to the questions above are bound to the lengthy. When should you ask open-ended questions? When you want to get a lot of information, when you want to encourage someone to talk, so then you can use this open-ended questions. So how do you construct open-ended questions? So do you remember the formula of making a sentence? The sentence is made of subject plus verb plus object. So here we have to when we create questions, we put the verb before of the subject. Open-ended questions is formed like WH words or how plus helping verbs plus subject plus main verb and plus object if any. For example, why do you fly? Here we can say that why is the WH word, do is the helping verb, subject is you and main verb is fly. Next question, how will you cook rice? Here WH word is how, helping verb is will and subject is you and main verb is cook and object is rice. How can you trash out? Again here how is the WH words, can is a helping verb that is models, subject is you and main verb is shout. So you have to break up these questions and you have to write down in a chart. I'm just mentioning those questions. You have to break it up into the chart like this. How will you adjust and when does he leave the country? These are the two questions you have to break it and write down in this column. Now you can say that there are questions that don't have helping verbs. In such cases the main verb is used after the question word. For example, what is your name and where do you stay? The questions given above generate a short answer and there is a common confusion around whether to categorize them as open-ended or close-ended questions. I categorize them as close-ended questions because they usually end up in one answer. For example, what is your name? My name is Tina. And where do you live? Where do you stay? I stay in Delhi or only Delhi. Okay, so you should remember some point that don't miss the verb or helping verb when forming a question. What your name? It is wrong. What is your name? It is a right. Okay. So now you have to remember this that you must know all the tenses and all questions begin with the question word. The verb or helping verb is before the subject and when the question has did, the main verb remains without yes and without ed. So you have to form questions in all tenses in your notebook, and you have to write down that. Let's move ahead and let's see closed-ended questions. So the closed-ended questions are those questions that begin with helping verb are called closed-ended questions. These questions are asked to get yes or no answer or a one-word answer. For example, do you like cheese? Is she a nice girl? Can he swim? Would you like tea or coffee? So notice that responses to the questions above are either yes or no or one word. When should you ask close-ended questions? So when you want a short and quick response, then you can use closed-ended question. Or when you want to confirm something, you can ask closed-ended questions. Okay. So how do you construct close-ended questions? Again, there are usually no WH or how words in close-ended question. So they begin with the helping verbs. Close-ended questions equal to helping verbs plus subject plus main verb and plus object if any. For example, you can see in the chart, do you fly? Will you cook rice? Can you shout? Does he like her? So here you can see that the WH word or how is missing. Therefore, these questions are started with the helping verb. So therefore, these are the yes no type questions. So you must remember the some point that don't miss the helping verb when forming close-ended questions. Else they will be statement, not questions. For example, you like cheese, that will be the sentence or the statement. But if you add do before it, do you like cheese, then it becomes the closed-ended questions. Okay. So hey guys, here we have completed these how to form questions. I hope that you understood how to make a questions. If you have any kind of queries or any kind of problem, you can ask me directly. So here we stop here, and we will see you in the next lecture. Thank you very much.